So this time capsule is filled with a lot of memorabilia from the Eclipse, items representing technology of today, historical items from previous city celebrations, photographs, a flash drive with files and photos, which we hope they know what to do with, and letters and art from the students of Monmouth Elementary School. And with that, I'd like to bring Kylia Meidel up, and she wrote her letter, and so she'd like to read it to you guys.
Hello, future. My name is Kylia Meidel, and I am from 151 years ago, 2018. I love to do art, and I love to read. I also like to play sports. The solar eclipse was amazing. When the moon was covering the sun, it felt like the whole earth was quiet. It felt like someone had just laid a blanket over the whole earth. My family and I agreed that when the moon was almost covering the sun, that it looked like a toenail. My friend Cameron Winkler was there, and when the moon was completely covering the sun, Cameron and I were completely quiet. During 2018, being a fifth grader doesn't mean you just show up. Being a fifth grader in the year of 2018 means you have quite a bit of responsibility. You have to think. Your teacher does not do it for you, but she does help you. In class, I have to pay attention and do my work. Today we have a lot of technology. We have laptops, Chromebooks, smartphones, computers, and many more. In my fifth grade class, we have technology such as Chromebooks, the Starboard, books, and a few more. In 2018, our president was Donald Trump. Some people like him and some people don't. I am one of the people who did not like him. I did not like Donald Trump because he was not a fair man. My fifth grade teacher's name is Mr. Krita. Mr. Krita is an amazing teacher because he is funny, kind, good at art, and much more. Mr. Krita also lets us listen to music during class. Mr. Krita is one of my favorite teachers. Those are a few things you should know about 2018. You should also know that we have a goal to have a human set foot on Mars, but we have already set foot on the moon. Sincerely, Kylia Meidel from the past.
Thanks. And so that was one of the representations of the letters from the fifth graders. I got to read all of them before they got put down in here. And it's pretty amazing what the kids' thoughts were. The third graders also wrote a bunch of letters. And theirs were, well, the fifth grade, he had asked them, we're giving them like 5 different things to write on, where the third graders were given on what's your hopes and dreams. And it was pretty amazing what the third graders wrote about what they hoped the future would be for the family, for the community, and for their friends, and for the world. And when I was reading those, it was like, how do you write to somebody 150 years from now? I mean, so growing up, my mom always wanted me to write thank you letters to families and friends when I got a gift or something. And I can't, I mean, it was the hardest thing for me to do was just to basically get a card and say thank you. So trying to figure out how to write a letter to somebody I don't know yet and who is going to be here 150 years from now was really thought-provoking. It's like, what is the world going to be like when they open this? When you look at Monmouth, how much it's changed in the little over 150 years that we've been a city. Like just in the last few years, we have an amphitheater in the park, we have a fountain in the park, we've got new buildings and businesses on Main Street. What is Main Street going to look like 151 years from now? And so it was one where what I wrote to them is that I hope that we as leaders between now and then are as good as the leaders of Monmouth was from when it started till now, that gave us the city that we have for its quality of life and for its security and just for the community that we have. And so I hope that we're as good as stewards and the people that we elect and who are here in the future are as good as stewards as the ones in the past. And so with that, Elaine, would you like to make some comments?
I was the marketing director at Eola Hills Wine Cellars when I learned about the Eclipse. And I thought, hey, this is so great, because I read a couple things on the internet and it sounded like people were really interested in traveling to the Eclipse. And I thought, this is a great way to get people to the winery. Well, the more I started learning about it, I discovered there was a need for information for families because I couldn't find anything for families. So I came up with the idea for this book, and I have to say that it's small towns like Monmouth that really got on board with it. The library here actually purchased copies of the book, and when kids completed their summer reading program, I think they got an activity book, which is the other part of this. And so they also invited me to speak twice. And the first time I came, I was surprised at how many adults were there in the audience, and they were the ones raising their hands with questions. Actually, there's one little boy who seemed to know the answers to all the questions. And I said, how do you know whatever this fact was that I'd asked him? He said, well, I read your book. So, so I thought, okay, there's a smart little boy. He's going far. He was sitting in the front row. But we found out that this book actually helped educate parents and teachers, mayors, all kinds of people. So I was really lucky. I got to travel across the country. I went to equally small towns in South Carolina, St. Louis, Missouri, which is not a small town, but a lot of the neighborhoods function, as real small communities. So I was able to go to schools, go to libraries, and it's just been fun. One of the things we did here for the Eclipse was we had a camp at Western Oregon University. We had 56 people in the camp. We had 9 students come down from Portland who were members of an astronomy club, and 4 teachers, and a couple other volunteers. And my book was able to pay for all those students to stay there, the teachers to come down, because they had to come early and prepare. So we really tried to do community outreach with this little book, and I really appreciate that Monmouth made a huge effort to bring so much attention to the Eclipse. So thank you so much.
It was pretty amazing that day when the city just got full of people. And I chose to view the eclipse from my backyard. I've got a couple dogs, and I wanted to see how animals kind of reacted in that. And I thought, oh, it'll just be, I've heard music in the park from my house. But that day when the eclipse finally happened and the first diamond ring exposed itself, it was just like the whole city just erupted in a big cheer. It was just amazing to hear how far and how loud that cheer was, knowing that there were a couple thousand people at Woo, and there were a lot of people here in Main Street Park. The Main Street Park was home for the Royal Canadian Astrological Society. I had some friends south of town who had people from Princeton there to observe the eclipse. And so it was a really fun few days as everybody came to town and got together and participated in an event that's pretty spectacular. With that, I think we're going to get a shovel photo. 1, 2, 3. None of us that are here today have the likelihood of being here 151 years from now, so we have a little succession plan, which we were asking you if you'll take these, and then as you pass them on to the next generation so that they can pass them on so that they'll remember that there's something here to open up in 2069. Thanks, and have a good day. And there's snacks. Well, there's snacks if you want some. And enjoy the rain.